midway through the month of September, going into conference season. There's a recess in Parliament right now, but there's a crisis in Downing Street. Keir Starmer this morning on the front page is scrambling around. Apparently, there's a message to try and save Keir Starmer's premiership. That's how bad things have got. And the word out on the street is that basically officials did know details of Lord Mandelson's Epstein emails at the beginning of the week, last week, but insist the Prime Minister was left in the dark. So there's a couple of problems here. One, who was it that decided to withhold information from the Prime Minister? If indeed it was withheld, and why did he not ask for it to be seen before he went out on Wednesday at Prime Minister's Questions and completely and utterly offered his full support? Not just we'll see what's going on here, but his full support for Lord Mandelson, the ambassador from the UK to the USA. It was only 24 hours later that he was fired. And of course now, apparently, Mandelson's going around telling everybody that he's going to take Starmer down with him. He's not very happy about it, it would turn out. Meanwhile, you've still got a load of people fighting like rats in a sack, trying to become the new deputy leader of the Labour Party. One of them, of course, is Bridget Phillipson, and she's been out and about moaning and groaning about reform. Here's what Darren has to say.
Darren from Suffolk, very windy Suffolk out with the dog this morning. What is it with Labour? They're obsessed with reform. 19 out of 34 tweets at the beginning of September mentioned reform. They've got nearly 4 years to govern before they've got to get involved in a general election. All we ever hear is far right this, far right that. It's ridiculous. They are turning out to be the best marketing weapon for reform. And this is because none of them have ever been in business. If they weren't for me and my marketing team, I'd sack them for mentioning the competition. Have a lovely day, Mike.
Darren, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, there's an absolute obsession, isn't there, going on in the Labour government? I mean, they don't seem to care about the Conservatives anymore. They just care about reform. It's all they talk about. 0344 499 1000. Also today on the front pages, other stories. Obviously, a lot of tributes to the hitman Hatton. Ricky Hatton died at the weekend, aged just 46. A lot of tears for him in Manchester in particular. Racist star Liam Gallagher. Rest in peace, champ. Live forever. That's the front page of The Sun. Also, of course, the new one in, one out scheme, which isn't really one in, one out at all, is supposed to be getting underway possibly as early as today. First migrants going to be sent back to France on commercial flights, apparently accompanied by one person per migrant. So whenever you're going to sit down next to somebody on a plane, you might want to check exactly where they're going or exactly who they're with, because you might find that you're sitting next to a migrant who might be illegal. I don't know if people would like that. Meanwhile, they're going to bring another one back. So it's not exactly one in, one out, is it? It's actually loads in and none out. And changing one sort of screwball for another, if you like. I don't understand it. 7 minutes past 9, 0344 499 1000. Alex Burghart is here, Shadow Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster. Isabel Oakeshott, Harry Cole from The Sun as well. This is Morning Glory. Let's get it on. Well, we find ourselves in the middle of yet another political crisis. So let's check in with Westminster. There's no actual Parliament at the moment. It's in recess, so there's no Prime Minister's questions. We've got Kemi Badenoch demanding that Keir Starmer come to Parliament and actually explain himself as to how it's possible that this whole mess with Peter Mandelson got to where it was. She says in a tweet, if the Prime Minister really believes in accountability, he would stop hiding, face Parliament, publish the Mandelson-Epstein files and tell the truth about what he and his Chief of Staff knew and when. No more excuses, she says. Alex, very good morning to you.
Morning, thanks.
Not at all. It doesn't look as though Kemi Badenoch's wish is going to be carried out by Keir Starmer. I don't think there's much chance of him appearing in Parliament this morning, is there?
But
I think
he
we
needs
lost
to
it
come
there.
to the House and explain himself.
We'll come back. Are we there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Sorry,
I can hear you.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah. No, I think that Keir Starmer is in hiding over this subject, and well might he be, because something has gone very badly wrong. The government needs to come entirely clean on what it knew last week when Starmer came to the House so fully. As you pointed out, Mike, we now know that Number 10 was well aware that there was this huge cache of email dug up that detailed the intimacy of Mandelson's ongoing relationship with the paedophile and sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. But I think there's also major questions now about what the government knew when Mandelson was appointed last year, and that we have very good security and vetting in this country. We've got very good security services. I think it's very unlikely they wouldn't have picked up relationship. And if that's the case, it means either someone kept that information from the Prime Minister, which would be incredibly serious, and the suspicion would fall on Morgan McSweeney, the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff, who we know was pushing Mandelson for this appointment, or the Prime Minister knew all along and he made the appointment anyway. The truth is, everybody now agrees this appointment shouldn't have been made, but no one is taking responsibility. And it's time for someone to take responsibility for what's happened.
And it seems extraordinary, does it not, that as recently as Wednesday of last week, Keir Starmer was not just offering, an investigation into what had happened. He was basically saying that he still had full confidence in Lord Mandelson on Wednesday. We're having a bit of trouble with the connection. I think we'll come back to you, Alex. Thanks very much indeed.